What time is it? Your show. Yeah, what time is it? Your show. Yeah, what time is it? Your show. Yeah, he's back from the dead. Your show. Putting it on the map, yeah. Saskatoon. Right next to New York. New York. Yeah, what show, yeah. Your show. What time is it? Your show. Yeah, time to talk some shit, yeah. Your show.
You've tuned in, yeah?
Yeah, fun Maggie. Bark, bark, wolf, wolf, move on to treat, yeah. Keep listening.
On the shelving. It's real easy. Hello and welcome into the Wednesday edition of your... That's where I pulled it from, Coach.
That's not my earwax.
Well, just grab another one. It's all good. Sorry. We're having a diva moment, and this is the only live show, 4 to 5 p.m., Monday to Friday, in Saskatoon, dare we say Saskatchewan. That is called scheduled viewing, ladies and gentlemen. It's what we grew up on. It's what we know and we love. When you get home, 4 o'clock, flip on the old YouTube, just like my dad. I was over at his place earlier today, setting it all up for him. So all he has to do is just turn on the TV, and then up comes the show. So hello to Dad and everyone else. I am Gary, still your very busty host, still overweight, still hating it, but still getting by. We also love to make categories we are number one in on YouTube, and then say we're number one. For instance, today we are the number one show on YouTube that has a diva worried about a waxy earpiece that was actually his wax.
Ain't my wax.
We're number one. We're number one.
I just saw him eat some pizza out of the dumpster on the way in.
He gets hungry. We also have a camera with a dog. Now, if you've ever watched any of the late night shows that have animals on, you know about the you never know what's going to happen type of situations you get in with animals live on the set. And we do that every day here because, again, we're the only people going live every work day. Oh. It's so cool. I'm so happy about that.
It's not mine. There's no way.
We would like to show you the Mega Cam. Would Margaret, old Ben Kenobi Nickel, please report to your spot. Come here, girl. Come on now. Here we go. This is called dog wrangling. Oh, now he's going to go for it. Here we are. Right here. Right here. Right here. We're getting there. We're getting there. Can you go up here? Come on now. You can hear that buckle, those new buckle up belts, collars they got. This is where the bloopers come from. By the way, I also want to give a shout out to my dad for this shirt I got. Apparently it didn't quite fit him. So I got myself a brand new National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation shirt. It's very cool. Oh, you did it. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Maggie Cam. Well, she is there. There. Hey. Hold on. Go back, Phenom. Say hello. We got the Phenom on the ones and twos.
Hold on.
There's the proof right there. Thank you. Now to the Maggie Cam. Woo. For our incredible friends over at Pet Planet on 8th Street, your pet's natural grocer. I'm telling you, when you walk in those doors, Margaret's significant other, Leroy, will greet you and then walk you up to the counter to say hi to Mike and Rochelle over there. And then you will continue to have the greatest pet store experience of your life. Okay? We got the greatest cleaning station on earth. We have a new Adventures with Maggie video coming out featuring these new buckle-up collars that they have there. They're so cool. They had Batman, they had SpongeBob, they had the Flintstones. Margaret wanted to go with the classic Marvel, so she's got a nice little, it's literally a comic strip on her collar, and she got the matching leash as well. So she got her glow-up. You'll be able to see that with another edition of Adventures with Maggie very, very soon. And then the next one, we're going to be throwing Margaret. We're going to get her nice and dirty, and we're going to throw her into the cleaning station. The best cleaning station in the universe is located at Pet Planet on 8th Street, your pet's natural grocer. Great job, Maggie. 2 times now. 2 times she was in her spot. And then we ran her out. As you can hear, we have traditions around here. On Tuesdays, we check in with the All Out Angst podcast boys. Thursdays, Matt Young stops by. Prime time. And we do video game restoration and modding and all sorts of cool stuff. Friday, we have the big round table, but Wednesdays is a very special round table because it's got its own very special name. And these 2 guys here are a part of it each and every Wednesday. It is the All the Way Around Table starring Curtis Anderson from Stripped Down, Coach Mazer from the Dude podcast and everything else here. And we have one more guest on Zoom, but before we bring him in, I just want to say hello to you guys. How's everyone doing?
Doing fantastic. Can I give a shout out to Primetime?
Yes, please.
He'll
love that.
Phenom and I and Primetime do a lot of Huskies sports
Hell
together.
Yeah, brother.
So we'll be covering basketball in the pack, and Phenom will be doing what he does here.
So cool.
Switching the cameras, and I'll be doing replay. And Matt Young, only guy on commentary in the rotating group of commentators for the Saskatchewan Huskies that always says, "Oh, check out the replay. Oh, fantastic work by the crew. Oh, here comes the replay. Oh, I wonder if we can see that replay. Oh,
Dude.
they're on it. They're on it."
Giving props to the people that got you there.
And after you've been there 5 hours, I'm not going to lie, that makes you feel pretty good. You're like,
Dude.
someone is paying attention to how hard we're working back here. So shout out to Matt Young.
Imagine in a world where everybody gave people their flowers.
I don't have to tell the viewers here what a good guy Matt Young is, right?
No,
He's here every week.
he's our guy.
All right.
What
Can't wait to see
movie
him
did
tomorrow.
you get that from?
What?
All trailers. All trailers. In a world, where
world.
one man
Makes a
decided to
difference.
make a difference.
Nice.
It was so easy. All he had to do was just tell people he appreciates their work.
Right.
Writes itself. We should get into movie trailers. I feel like we could do good movie trailers.
Have you had Brock Andrews on yet?
No.
You should get Brock Andrews on. Oh, is that? Do you know the dude?
I have no idea who it is.
Oh, okay. He's a local musician and he
Hell yeah.
voiceover artist.
That's
He
it.
gets a lot of voiceover work in and around the province.
Well, we
Going up
should-
to Regina doing, but yeah, for decades he's been my voiceover guy. Like when I worked in TV, I'd be like, I need a movie trailer, and he would just be like, in a world.
Yeah.
Like
Can I,
he
hold on,
just
can I do a
had
demo
it
for you right
down.
now?
Yeah.
I want to be like Brock Andrews now. In a world.
No.
In a world.
No, he's
You gotta get lower.
like this. In a world.
In a world. No, I can't do it.
No.
I can't get low enough. Nope. I have to work
Yeah,
on
you're
it.
good.
Maybe they'll give me some
You're good,
tips.
Gary.
Yeah, well,
You went from almost movie trailer to that guy that goes, what is that song?
I don't know.
Hey.
A whiskey, a beer. He was just here.
George
wasn't he?
Thorogood.
Thorogood, yeah.
Are you kidding me?
You went Thorogood.
My
deep.
dad, again, I got him. Hopefully he's watching right now. I got it all set up. All he had to do was turn on the TV. So, Dad, hopefully you're watching. George Thorogood on the air promised my dad the stage-worn sunglasses from the concert when he was coming here. And then he got sick, and then COVID and all this shit happened.
Oh, no.
And so my dad, I still tell him, I said, any chance I get, I'm going to try to get those sunglasses for you. Because I know that George might not remember, but George's handlers remember, because I hassled them
Yeah.
numerous times, and they switched like promoters and stuff. So I was like, anyway, we can get those sunglasses for my dad. It was kind of a birthday present. Still
was
working
like-
on it, Dad. We're going to get you those George Thorogood sunglasses.
No.
I got
Hey,
no glasses. Hey, what was that guy's name? Brock?
Brock Andrews.
Brock Andrews. Speaking of Brock,
Oh,
What's that?
all
that was
right.
my phone.
Oh, it's just a phone. Okay,
fine.
good.
That one.
I thought you
that
might have hurt
jumped
yourself.
off the table.
I know.
Speaking of Brocks,
Yes.
and of kids and upcoming hockey players, Brock Lesnar,
Brock
his son,
Lesnar.
made the top 80 in Hockey Sask.
Yep.
Wow.
How big is he?
It's not that big.
Really?
Can you
Well, he's
imagine?
only 14.
Well, his
yeah.
dad's Brock Lesnar, his mom's Sable. Like, that's going to be
He'll be
the
big.
perfection,
Yeah, he'll be
Yeah.
big.
The human genetic lottery, they call that.
We got some guys that could come on there saying that they didn't like the overall selections of that top 80.
We did have some talks about that,
We
didn't
had
we?
some people that weren't happy with the placement. But I was looking on to see who made it, and yeah, Brock Lesnar's kid.
From out by
Made the
the
top
by the border
80.
there?
Yeah, he'd be a Saskatchewan citizen.
Yeah.
Canadian, Saskatchewanian,
Saskatchewan.
full on. Very good.
I
Well,
saw
hold
an
on, hold on.
interview with him.
We're leaving our guy hanging here.
Oh, sorry.
Is he all ready to go? He is ready to go.
What about the hand?
the hands?
We did the dance.
How long
We did
has the hand worked on the Huskies with you?
Oh,
He's only.
since we came back from COVID, so 2021.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So you guys are in the zone. That's
Yeah.
why he was so
He's
good.
got a- well, honestly, it's more him than me now. I've passed it down as I shifted my priorities
passing of the torch.
to Blades.
Very
So
cool.
I'm only at the Huskies now if there's no Blades or Rush
How
game.
Like just the,
freaking-
not Blade.
How
movie.
awesome is it? How blessed are we, you guys, that we have all these people that are a part of this little family, that are a part of all of these things that are so like cornerstones to our community, like the Blades and the Huskies and all this stuff. So cool. You hashtag it?
Hashtag blessed.
That's the one. Ladies and gentlemen, from all the way around the world, currently at a campsite, I believe, in some place I never heard of, it is time to check in with Coach number 1. Oh, he's looking
there
good.
he
Look at that.
He's wearing twins. He's on the beach, and he's like, he did a test run with me as I'm driving. As I passed the cop, I decided to answer it. And he's like, is it going to be too windy out here? It looks windy. Look at his face.
He looks,
He looks like he's worried he's going to get voted off the island here pretty quick.
something's going on.
He needs to win immunity tonight.
What's
There he's
going on
gone.
over there? What are you doing?
You know what? It's so good to be back. I feel like it's been months since I've seen you guys. I think the last time was in 2024 that we spoke.
Hey, good old man humor. I like that.
Years ago.
I haven't seen you in a year.
Yeah.
I want to say that it
How
wasn't.
was Christmas? How was New Year's? Everybody get something good? Santa good to them?
Is this old man talking? I think we had one in 2025. You were back. I swear to God. Right from the
Maybe
al
I'm an old
fresco?
man. I'm forgetting.
All right.
Christmas was great. I don't remember New Year's Eve.
Nice.
I do.
Okay.
Oh, you didn't exist.
No.
Right. Someone took your place.
Work your mic a little better.
What do you
got-
mean?
Well, you got it under your chin. Like, just put it in front of you. No, you don't have to. That might work too.
It's our
That's kinda
first day.
fun. Okay,
Test.
AJ, tell us where you are, brother. What's going on there?
We're in Southeast Victoria, Cape Patterson. We come out here every year for 4 days. So we got here yesterday. Everybody's still sleeping. Come out for a walk on the beach. It's not a bad spot to be just having some quiet time.
Legitimate question. What are some of your traditions you do out there? Because it sounds very specific. 4 days a week, 4 days a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you guys do?
There's a local community center. We play Hoy at night. It's kind of like bingo. And last year, there's 8 of us that play, I don't know, in a room full of 50, 60 people. And I think we won 7 of the 10 games. So there's a little suspicion that the table was cheating. And you can cheat in this game, but there was none of that happening.
The fact that you mentioned that makes me think there was cheating. I wouldn't
No,
have
no,
assumed cheating was happening until you pointed out that cheating was definitely not happening.
Oh, you can definitely do it, but we definitely did not.
Yeah,
So,
okay.
and then one of the main meals is like a chili con carne heated up over the fire. So we did that last night. And the next thing we're gonna do is we go in the morning for a cold immersion into the water. I found a new strategy to do that because I'm not big on walking in cold water. It just takes me too long, so I just roll in the water, so that the pain is evenly distributed all at the same time.
Hold on, we're talking like lay on your back and roll in, like you're rolling down a hill.
Like
You try it, you'll go, that's pretty clever.
Well, it all starts and ends with the guys downstairs, right? Like that's when you get serious. If you're going all the way in, you don't actually go all the way in until you reach your nether regions, then you're in. So I feel like if you just splash some on your groin, you'll be just as good as rolling in.
It's my stomach for me.
Oh, you're weird.
No, I can get up to like the waistline, and then that next like half foot is just
Dude.
I don't know. I don't know what to tell you.
It's stages. It's the shins, then it's the quads, then it's the nuts, and then it's the belly, and then it's the nips. Then you're good.
Okay, you're the final say here, AJ. What is the breaking point for being all the way in? Because I'm just straight up testicles guy. Once the testes are in the water, you're good.
You and me both, Gaza.
Thank
We're
you.
in the same boat.
Yeah, I guess that's
So when
with me,
you're
I'm
rolling,
weird.
are you starting on your back with this roll?
Yeah, good point.
Or are you face down on the roll? And I'd like to say that you rolling is at the age you are
Amazing.
is actually very good for your health. It's way to be seriously.
Safe.
It does. It sounds like something that doesn't usually happen on purpose. So that's good.
Hey, tumbles, rolls.
He's got
all
this
these
is
sort
gonna
of
be good. He's got a story here.
I do have a story.
I know.
It's very good for your as you grow older and your bodily function and being aware with your body. We lose touch of our athletic ability when we're 0 to 2. You watch a 0 to 2-year-old and they tumble and they can do everything, and then as we get older we can't do those things, which doesn't make sense. So good on you, AJ. And I'm watching the waves just crash behind you, and it looks like a lovely spot.
Yeah, give us a little look around.
Okay.
Wow.
Beautiful.
Are you kidding me? That's God's cold tub right there.
That is, absolutely. So let's be clear. It's not tumbling in. It is face down, just rolling 3 or 4 rolls. Then you're in. You're wet. You're freezing cold. Then you're set for the next 7 minutes.
No, it's still very talented to be able to do that.
Yeah, good on you.
It's good.
Like I said, I never roll unless it's by accident anymore. But
Yeah.
I also have a bone to pick with science about the cold water.
Oh boy.
Because
Shrinkage.
I see, we were talking about Brock Lesnar and his kid a few days ago, and I remember that was one of the first times I ever saw somebody do that. There's footage of Brock Lesnar training like 20 years ago, and the first thing he did when he was done was he'd sink in this ice bath, and I see top-tier athletes do that. They sink in this ice bath, and that's supposed to be like the best thing for you. And then I go to the lake, and it's like, if you get in the water and it's cold, you're dead. So where's the line? Because I would like to be a top athlete with very little. What is it? It helps. It stops the buildup of something. It stops calcium buildup and helps your muscles. But I also don't want to die. So what's the
threshold?
help me out,
Where
coach?
we going?
I've got no idea.
Okay.
I'll tell you what, I'll take a video of it today.
Nice.
I'll send it to you guys, and hopefully I'm still alive afterwards.
We hope so.
Well, this is the cold tubs are all the rage. Everyone's hey, shout out to Sonic Concrete Services. Both the guys that run that operation have cold tubs in their places, and they keep trying to get me over for a cold tub. And I'm like, yeah, I'll go. I don't want to go. I can get cold on my own. I don't need a tub for it, right? But they all swear by. They say, oh, it just rejuvenates you. It does all these things. Do you, any idea behind the science?
I don't. No. Someone
Okay.
says take cold showers in the morning too, and that's the way to go. I'm not into it. If it's a blistering
I take those
hot
for
day,
a different
maybe.
reason, not for health.
Very strict.
That's fair.
It might be healthy.
Yeah.
Do you are you a board short, a dad short, or a speedo
Yeah. What's
Yeah.
the
roller?
Tip down. What we got going on?
Oh,
Or
we'll see.
just a tight underwear guy. Those are in too, actually.
Yeah, no. Kind of a mix between a footy short, like an Aussie rules footy shorts,
Oh yeah,
and then the board shorts, the shorts in between.
yeah.
Interesting. So no Speedos out there, hey?
Not on this guy.
That's fair. Do you see lots of Speedos? Like, what's the go-to swim trunk for people in Australia?
I think if you're over 65, Speedos are fine.
Nice.
That's, the older guys do it. You can see my junk. I don't care.
Yeah.
And then it is kind of the board short, a little bit shorter than the board shorts.
That sounds like one giant YMCA change room out there.
Yes. That's
Yeah.
Do the dance. That's good stuff. Hanging out with the all the way around table here. It's another Wednesday, having a lot of fun. Coach Mazer, aka Coach Comma 2, gave us some homework to fill out this incredible, our favorite. No, I know we're cutting it. I just wanted to mention him.
All right.
It's all good. We're real here. We're live. We don't lie to the people. We're not like everyone else. We tell the truth. We were going to get into this whole roster, and I was joking about how I thought it was just like a normal 26-man roster or whatever it is. But then the second part of it came out, and then we got into the first base coach, third base coach, general managers. This list just kept growing and growing. And I laughed and said, that's going to take me forever to fill out. And then so we decided to get rid of that whole thing for this week and move back into it next week with creating all those things. I did want to say my second baseman for all time will always be Orlando Hudson, because I had the O-Dog poster up in my house on 4th Street that my buddy, Sonic Concrete Services, Old Pistol Pete, brought back for me from the Sky Dome. So he became my favorite second baseman of all time. And Johnny Damon, my favorite of all time, period, because did I ever tell you that story, Coach One? So Johnny Damon, we're at the Dome, me and my buddy Pistol Pete, and we're taking in BP. And as BP is going on, it's me and my buddy, and this is a day game, so this is like whatever 10:30 or noonish, and we had a couple beverages, so it was us two and then about 100 kids. So we're like the two, and we were like mid-20s, so this was still somewhat a good idea. And we're out there trying to catch some balls, and I had one actually come real close to me, and then I got super scared at the last second because those things come in way too hot, and then a kid saved me with his glove. It was about to smoke my face. So I was like, okay, this is getting serious. And as BP finished up, Johnny Damon was the last guy out. He was playing for the Yankees, or for the Red Sox, I believe. And he's out here picking up balls. And there's one ball left in the outfield, and I'm screaming, Johnny Damon, and he won't look at me. And I'm like, how do I get his attention? So me thinking on my toes like I always love to do, I say, Johnny Damon, if you give me that ball, I promise for the rest of my life I'll tell everyone you're my favorite player of all time. And he stops in his tracks, turns around, looks up. Obviously, the one guy, there's a bunch of little kids, and the one guy there, he's like, was that you? I was like, yeah. He goes, don't let me down, and toss the ball up. It was like a Coca-Cola commercial. He tosses it up. I catch like, oh my God, thank you, Johnny Damon. I love you so much. And he just starts laughing and runs into the dugout. And from that point on, I've told everybody he's my favorite of all time because of that exact thing. And I don't want to ever let him down.
That's a great story.
That's
That's an amazing
And
story.
I still have that ball to this day in my house sitting in front of my TV. It's one of my most prized possessions, my Johnny Damon baseball.
You need to, like, if he ever does like a sports dinner or something. You got to be there. You got to get that ball signed.
Yeah.
Well, the big question is, how many other people has he done that for? Because the dude's such a good dude.
Not stopped in his tracks and
Yeah,
thought
there's
twice
that personal
about it.
connection that he'd
No,
probably
it.
remember.
And the best part is, my buddy was there for the whole thing. Like he was. So I have proof. Like I didn't just make this up. And then in that same trip, a different game, and this is the other side of all that. And then we'll move on from all this. We were sitting about 5 or 6 rows up from the dugout, right behind the Blue Jays. And Corey Koski was playing third base at the time. And he was doing something, and all of a sudden, a glove, like a batting glove, came up over top into our crowd. And this kid catches this batting glove, and his dad says, "That's Vernon Wells' batting glove. I can't believe you got Vernon Wells' batting glove." And the kid's like, "Oh my God, this is the best day of my life. I got V-Dub's glove." And I'm just sitting there like, "Nah, man, Vernon doesn't wear those. No." I'm looking closer, and then I'm like, "Hey, can I see those for a second?" He's like, "Yeah, okay." It's when there's a CK on it. I was like, "Oh, dude, those are Corey Koski's." Like, sorry. And I ruined this kid's dream because instead of being his favorite player's glove, which it very easily could have been, I just had to do some quick fact checking and ruin that for him. So we were on both spectrums of like the baseball fan being old at a game out there. And it's interesting how that works.
Imagine that kid. So you're however old you are now, and that kid's however old he was then.
Yep.
And then how many years ago? That was 15 years ago?
At least, maybe more.
16 years ago, roughly. So it's 16 years. Fast forward, maybe this kid now has his own place, and he's got Vernon Wells' gloves in a
No,
glass,
I told
glass
him.
hanger, and he's got it there. And then he's just telling people, it's like, "Oh yeah, this is when Vernon Wells. I didn't get to see him, but they came up over the dugout, and I caught these gloves." And he's super pumped. And then someone would just like inspect. He's like,
I did that right after it happened.
"CK, like
Yeah.
why? Like just shattered. It was better that you.
I shattered his dreams right there
No,
and
it's
there.
better.
Now he
Imagine the
just
embarrassment.
spent 15 years in his parents' basement cursing your name,
I'll find that guy.
taking
I would wear those-
screenshots of your show and printing them off and putting them on the wall.
It was
Here's my question. Did Corey Koski write his own initials on his gloves?
I don't know.
Were they embroidered?
Nope,
Or
they-
because we just came back from nationals, and I had to do everybody's laundry. And I'll tell you what, if your kids go to nationals, put their initials on their playing tops and their jerseys and their ball pants, because it's way easier to sort.
Right?
I
But
am-
that
I-
made me think.
Yeah, I bet you
Yeah.
trainers
His mom
definitely
may
do that.
have put it on his mitt.
His mom did, yeah.
And I remember like holding them and be like, "Man, this is so cool, like major league batting gloves." And like, you know, I put them on, like, this is so neat. And then I noticed, like, wait a minute, no. And my buddy again, Pistol Pete, was giving me shit the whole time. He's like, "Man, why did you do that?" It's like, "What do you mean?" It's like, he would have been just fine with those being Vernon Wells. Like, no, he can't have fake ones. He has to know. And by the way, Corey Koski, dare I say, best Canadian third baseman of all time?
You can dare say it, yeah.
Him or that Wallace kid? Who was was it Wallace? Remember that guy? The other Canadian third baseman they traded for, and he was like a big high draft pick. What was his name? He was a
Jeff
troublemaker.
Reichen was pretty
Brett
good.
Lowry?
I love Jeff Reichen. Yeah, Brett Lowry. Lowry's the other guy. Good
Tim
call on
Wallace
Reichen,
was
though.
it? Reichen, yeah.
Yeah,
The guy was a tank.
He could rake.
that was crazy. Well, he single-handedly took us to Westerns there, AJ, both pitching and hitting. It was like our home run leaders list for that year was Reichen at like 42, and then like second was like Lee LeBass with 8, and then like Yaremko with 7, and then me with 4.
That's right.
Jeff, Bubba, and I used to have home run derbies at the school, the Churchill school across from
Nice.
their house.
Yeah.
And was it Churchill? No.
No, but it's right down the street here. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, what one was
We
it?
used to have tryouts there all the time for the Cardinals. It's behind the
it
fire
Churchill?
hall. Behind the fire hall, behind St. Martin's Church.
Yeah, it's the Churchill.
Sure.
No, I don't know where
Whatever.
it was. But anyway, there's a little spot in front of the school to the street, and it was just perfect setup, and there weren't
Sock and
there
dingers.
wasn't a lot of traffic there, and there's this Nerf oversized ball with a little Cooper bat or whatever that Bubba had, and we would just have home run derbies nonstop. Jeff won a majority of them. I
Big
think
surprise.
Bubba I lost a couple times too, even because he was
It's smaller.
smaller, but he
Yeah.
had talent as a
Lots of-
young,
well, all
young
those
pup.
kids did. Yeah,
I
shout
will
out to
say,
Jake,
when
too.
we do this, your all-time favorite team list, and I've already sent it out to a few of my pals, like my brother Jason, a buddy I coach with, Drew Loberg, and his son Jace have already filled one out. I tried to get my son to do it. His extensive knowledge of the game is what would you say, not extensive. So he got he didn't get far in his list, but he's got it started. I will say J Mays and Jace separately in different messages questioned Drew and my team because on our bench we didn't have a backup catcher, And he's like, you need what happens if the catcher goes down. So when you make an all-time favorites roster, there's some concessions you have to make. You might have to cut a player you really like in order to have a legitimate roster. So that's things you have to factor in. When you make your pen, you can have a setup guy. You could have 2 closers. You can't just fill the pen with closers. You know what I mean? You can't just have 8 favorite closers. When you
We said we weren't going to get into any of this. Poor
no,
Curtis
he
is
needs to
sitting-
know.
Oh, hey.
You got to know. This guy needs to know.
This
what
is
he's
my
getting.
this is my future if I'm here next week, right?
Exactly. Phenom. The hands got to do it too.
Oh hell yeah!
I can't wait to see Phenom's favorite hands.
Yeah.
Just hand
So
picks.
does Dwayne Ward, can he be the setup guy? Because
Oh,
he
yeah.
was a closer as well in his career.
No,
Here's
he
the
was
chick-
more known as a setup man because
No,
Tom
no.
Hankey was the Terminator, and Tom Hankey was always better than Dwayne Ward. I don't care what anyone says.
This is your world. This is your space. So as long
Okay.
as they filled a position at one point and you like that about them, then it works. I have favorite players that I've never seen live. I've just watched old clips of watching Home Run Derby or things like that.
Yeah, you said episode 1, Mickey Mantle,
Yeah.
the Mick.
Have you seen Home Run Derby, AJ?
It's so cool.
So you need to look up on the YouTubes.
Yep.
Home Run Derby. That Al Mazy came out of me right there. I
Very
don't know
good.
what's going
Shout
on.
out Al Mazy.
Home Run Derby. So it's the original Home Run Derby, but instead of at the All-Star break, it used to be a weekly segment where
cool.
they would
Black and white.
They would go to a neutral site where 2 team stars could play, and MLB players could make some extra cash. So it'd be like they might walk out there with an extra $1,000, which at the time was
A lot.
a lot, right? So Home Run Derby, there's 2 seasons, so it only lasted 2 years. The very first episode's Mickey Mantle versus Willie Mays. And was it Willie
Ooh.
Mays?
I believe it was.
Yeah, it's Willie Mays.
Please
Unreal.
allow Mays to answer his phone. It's ringing
That's my
while we're live. That was good. Who was it?
Marco Gazzola.
Hey, shout out to Marco.
I was like in the Lion King for a second there.
Oh, see, I went
That's
straight
all.
to the Stones. You went to the Lion King. That's interesting. The All the Way Around Table continuing here on the Wednesday edition of your show. If you have any ideas or any thoughts or maybe any questions to throw to the All the Way Around Table, it's real easy to do. Just send them our way at contact@dufferinave.com. It's just like the website, minus contacts and ats. There's the proof. Holler at us. Let us know what's going
over
on.
there.
You need help
reach
pushing
it.
some really cool stuff. Hey, maybe you got a charity that you're trying
Open
to
your
prop up. We
mouth.
got you. We will help you.
AJ, open your mouth and
Oh,
chew
yeah.
on the
Try to eat the M.
com.
Eat the com. Other way. Yeah! Well done. Well, now you're going to be full for your chili con carne or whatever.
Oh,
it
you
was
had that
guys did.
yesterday.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, what are we eating today? Did he tell us? Did I forget already?
No.
What's on the menu?
Pancakes for breakfast.
Amazing.
Oh yeah, it's
So,
morning.
and I haven't thought much past that.
Okay. I like this.
So the whole fam's there?
Whole family, and then the Barrow family, Steph and Jackie, and their kids are here. They come here for 3 weeks, and then we just crash the
Piggyback.
party
Pop
for
in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now, do you roll in there with an RV, or do you guys set up camp, or what are we looking at? Are we glamping?
No, and this is probably why we come too. We show up, the tents are set up for us. We have to set up a couple swags. I never heard of a swag. Have you heard of that?
Swag?
a t-shirt?
We're dripping with swag around here, bro.
Yeah, no, it's different. A swag is like a one-man tent, and you roll it up,
Oh yeah.
chuck in the back of your ute, then you're good. So
I
anyway,
was in
they just set up a
Australia
couple of
once.
swags.
And someone was talking about a swag, and I just learned what it is 25 years later.
Huh.
But I was nodding.
Yeah.
I was like, oh yeah, set up some swag.
Was
Sure.
well, hold on. Was
Pop
the
oil.
guy trying to sneak into your swag and make it a 2-man?
No, he was not. No, he was actually trying to fight Rob Rogers
Of
because they
course.
thought we damaged their truck. And Rob
It's rough out there, man.
Yeah.
It's rough out in Australia when you're just roaming around.
roaming on the streets. Yeah.
Yeah.
People
for sure.
cheating at bingo.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Nuts.
No, that's ya.
Yeah.
Was
Ya.
it ya?
Or hoy.
Hoy.
Hoi, hoi.
Okay.
Hooey. Like buoy?
No, like HOI, hoi.
Hoy. Okay.
Joy.
I got another question about this campsite. What kind of, because we've been to campsites out there, what kind of season are we in right now? Are we in like high snake and spider season? Or, yeah, like, is it, like, do you worry at all about that stuff when you're out in the wild like this?
Apparently, they
now.
had a snake handler 2 days ago come and give lessons on what to do if you get a snake in your tent. But apparently, they're not the brown snakes. They're not the
yeah.
poisonous ones here. But I think if I just had a shovel,
Whack.
whack. Yeah.
Yeah.
See you later.
That's fair.
So
You got to
yeah.
be careful.
I
though.
hadn't thought about it, so you just reminded me. Thanks for that.
But no, you should be aware, right? That's one of the things. It's like when you're camping in Canada. There's going to be some bears out there, Just be aware of your surroundings, and if you come across them, know what to do.
And you also got to be aware of what season it is. So if those bears are frisky, like if it's mating season, you got to be aware the mummies might be more grumbly. You know what I mean? Or like same with the snakes. I hear snakes when they're mating, they'll follow each other for weeks on end. So if you go whack one of them, you're probably going to
bringing
piss
more
off
in.
the other. You know what I mean? So if you just place it
The
somewhere else,
one chasing it.
yeah, that's
Very
all I'm saying.
interesting.
I don't know.
Be
Did you
careful.
guys ever see bears when you went camping?
Oh yeah, yeah,
Did you?
yeah. You they weren't big. Like they'd be like little babies. Like we're not talking grizzlies or anything, but you'll see them and like, oh, they're super cute. And then you remember, wait, where there's a baby, there's a mama. So then you just back off and get the hell out of there.
Adrian only crashed family campsites for 4 days at Pike Lake. There was not a lot of bears
Not many up at Pike Lake.
or the Blackstrap.
So
That's our style too. That's all we do. Someone sets up for a while, we go visit for a few days.
leave a mess and get out of there.
It's great.
It's a great movie.
What?
That's-
Hey,
that's true.
no, wait. Before you say last question, because I feel it in your
It's not-
bones.
No, I got another. We're gonna go all the way as long as AJ can go. We got nothing else today. We
We've got to
cleared the
make
schedule.
breakfast.
I
The
know.
pancakes aren't going to make
I'm saying.
themselves.
I'm saying he's the one that's gonna cut it off today, not me. So go ahead.
All right. What were your highlights of the ruse? I filled in the interweb world the best that I am capable
They were great
of
updates.
doing it.
Sky
Did a
News could have
couple-
used it out there. That's how good these were.
Yeah, I did a couple updates. It was a tough second day for the ruse, so we'll skip
Yeah.
that. But let's and the third day. But the fourth day was promising, and so was day one. What were your highlights besides your kid being the carve player of the game on day one? What were some other highlights? Were there any big catches, long fly balls, maybe sacrifice bunts, maybe bloops over first base that are stretched into a double
Love
because
those.
the first baseman maybe tumbles over his feet and you're aggressive running? You know what I mean?
Yeah. So on field, we went 2-7, so there weren't a lot of highlights. Although we were in a couple games, we got absolute bombs and a few others. I'm trying to think if there was anything. And another game. Tell me if you've ever heard of this. 3 consecutive base hits, but after each hit, the runner got picked off at first base by a left-hander.
Oh, no.
dude.
Beautiful.
Who's coaching that team?
So
Were you
that
on
was-
the
that was
coaching
actually
staff?
The Victorian.
Oh,
The Victorian. No, it was another. It was the Victorian staff, and I could say the kid who picked him off played on a team that I coached for 6 games, so I had zero influence on him. But I was actually in my hotel, kind of having a nap, but I had the game playing in the background, and I could hear Ned pitching, and it's like base hit. It's on Game Changer. You could hear somebody got a base hit, and then he gets picked off, and then he did it twice in a row. And I thought, oh, geez, that's pretty good. 2 pickoffs in a row. And he did it 3 times in a row. I wonder how many times that's ever been done in Major League Baseball. I reckon it's never been done ever.
Never in Major League Baseball.
I
Never.
have 2 things with this. A, are you sure you were watching Game Changer, or did you just have Rookie of the Year on while you're falling asleep?
You know, Ricky.
You know what I mean? Like pitchers got a big butt, but he was just like, "Hey, I
Pitcher's
dare you
got
to
a
go.
big butt.
I
Yeah.
dare you. Hey kid, don't do that. I'm gonna go."
It's a reenactment.
You know what I mean? That's a reenactment from the movie. Okay, that or was the officiating so poor, the umpires, that this guy's balking the whole time, like he's actually sidestepping to the plate, dropping his elbow, and going to first, where no one in their right mind, like the third guy should just not leave the first base.
That's my point.
Poor
That-
coaching.
Exactly.
Poor coaching. Poor
After that
coaching.
first pick, if I'm on first base, if I'm Brian Butterfielding over there, the first thing I'm saying to my guys, listen, the guy before you just got picked off. Watch that pitcher's foot and make sure it does exactly what it's supposed to do before you even lead off. Like I'm not even saying get a little lead. I'm saying no. Because this guy obviously knows what he's doing. He's goading people in. And we all know lefties, man, they can be so deadly with those pick moves because everything's in their favor. It's just, you can do so many things. And yeah, that's a mishap in coaching for sure. That's not on the kids.
A little
So
lead.
there was
lead would be
a
good
social
segment.
media post. There was a social media post, and the photo caught him with his front foot down, and that probably got the most comments because everybody's going, "That's a balk. It's over 45 degrees." Then the umpire's saying, "No, the rule's not 45 degrees." And Curtis, I don't know if you know the rule, but I felt more confused than ever after this.
I'm not the guy to ask, but
He thought we were talking
What-
about corn right now.
yeah, I'm.
He's
there's,
like-
there's old black and white cartoons going on right now. I'm not gonna lie.
This is why we bring him in, and this is why I love him so
Right.
much. Because every group like this, you can't have 4 guys that are all like sports. We need that other
You bring in
side.
that idiot.
Yeah, so we literally Curtis is representing like over half of the people watching right now because they also don't have a clue. So it's nice to have input from people that are on the outside looking in, and that's why this guy's here, along with a million other reasons. Now, to shift gears from was that nationals?
So not the only reason.
Under U16 nationals, that's what it was?
Under 16 national championship. So it's like baseball Canada Cup.
Cool. Okay.
Is that what it's still called?
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So that's going
The
on.
under 16.
And you got an influx of people clearly congregating one place to watch that. But also, if you go a little bit closer to home, the Aussie Open has begun. AJ, I got to tell you, we had our fantasy, our Fat Tito Ultimate Fantasy Draft on last Friday. And I drafted Naomi Osaka for $1. And let me tell you, boy, did I ever get chirped for that.
Yeah.
Everybody was ripping off. Yo, she'll be great until they put a microphone in front of her face. And they were all talking about her meltdown and about how she can't handle the media and mentally not strong.
You found your movie voice.
Which one?
You just did it
Uh,
in the wrong spot.
I'm sorry. I did not mean to. And all of a sudden,
Chills.
our girl, Osaka, she's making some noise at the Aussie Open, bro.
Was she complaining again?
No, she was winning. She's off to the third round. She's in like the quarters, I think.
Well,
or
then
something.
that's worth the $1 right there.
That's what I thought. I just wanted your thoughts on what's the feel. I know you're not there right now, but what's the feel back home with the Aussie Open getting rolling?
Yeah, you're gonna love this answer, Geza. I've got no idea. I've not opened up any website to understand what's going on. I've got a good story about what happens off field at the ballpark. If you want to know, if we can, I don't know if that's a very smooth transition from.
Well, here, no, I'll put a cap on it. So one
Okay, you put a
of the biggest tennis tournaments on earth, one of the big 4, a Grand Slam is going on. Every network on earth is there covering this incredible tournament. And our correspondent, who is also there, decided to take a vacation during the biggest tournament in the city out of anything, any sports, anything. So, no update from you on that. Tell me about people at the DeBall Diamond. What's going on there?
Okay, now just since you asked, Maisie was asking me what the highlights were, and usually they're the off-field highlights and what's really happening at the hotels. And you find this where afterwards, when you get back and you ask your son, so who got up to shenanigans and that sort of thing. So non-shenanigans, probably the highlight was being in the van with 12 kids, and you just put on any song and they start singing. So they had Travis Scott, Fine, whatever the word is, whatever the name is, just
That's the
smashing
drummer?
the van while that's playing. That was pretty cool. But at our hotel we were staying at, it's a pretty fancy hotel, but the doors on the bathrooms, there's no locks.
Great band, The Doors. Yep.
How is there no
So,
locks on the bathroom door? Tell me that. What's the reasoning there?
It's a sliding door.
Oh, yeah.
But
Gary's
there's
got
no
one of
hook.
those.
Okay.
You're
Yeah,
in
but
Gary's
no
living
hook,
room
no
right now.
nothing to lock.
Okay.
So this didn't, because the coaches had their own room, but this never crossed my mind. But they said, all they said, it was a little bit of a challenge going for number 2.
Yeah, because everyone would mess with you.
Because- Yes. So there's a couple videos afterwards. So the strategy was going to the toilet, number 2, with a towel over your lap,
Hide your shame.
hide your shame. And then eventually the boys got to the point where they just took the doors off while somebody would go to the bathroom.
Did they put them back on, or was that an extra fee for the team there?
Yeah, no, we did room checks afterwards, and outside of the stench, everything was pretty good. But
Yeah, can
I just
imagine.
thought it made me think, and I don't want any memories to come back if there was bad stuff happening when I was the coach, because I was probably in the middle of it, to be honest, or encouraging it. But I thought that was a pretty good one. Just
I
ripping
will-
the doors off while guys are taking a dump.
I will tell you, Westerns when we were in Vernon, BC. There was a group of boys that may or may not have. I actually had a tin of chew because we were all chewing, and it's the coolest thing to do. And my dad actually busted me.
It was
with
allowed back then.
Of course, yeah. So I had it in my pocket or something. It fell out. He goes, "Hey, is this your snuff?" I'm like, "Dad, I don't know what snuff is, but yeah, that's my chew." He's like, "You can't be doing that." I'm like, everyone's doing it. But there was a couple of moments, and you can actually touch on this too, because hotel etiquette, especially when you're with like teams and stuff like that. There's always the one room that has the really, really smart guy who knows how to get the free movies. And you can imagine when your kid's that age, what kind of movies those go to. And I don't remember if we got busted or not. I figure you would know if we did get busted or not. But we had one room going with the boys in there that had one of those special shows going on, thanks to one of our very smart players. And it was sort of an ongoing theme as we would go to different places and stay as a team. But those memories you create, staying as a team in hotels, there's second to none. And there's always so much fun and so many stories, like you said, and the shenanigans going wild. It's not like when you're younger and everyone's just playing mini sticks in the hallway, you know what I mean? Like guys get in a little bit of trouble as you get older. So you got any stories like that? Hotels with teams and doing the things?
No, not with teams, no. Let's probably pass back over to this guy.
Sorry.
Nice volley. Sticking with the Aussie Open theme.
You know what? Actually, one thing that I did learn, and we had some moments in hotels, and I remember Swatsea being a little bit disappointed in me because I think I was supposed to pitch once in where we Lloyd or possibly Lloyd, and I ended up with the Pirates room, and they were all third years. We were like second years or whatever. They had pulled beer, so I just had a couple drinks and stuff like that with those guys, and then was supposed to pitch the next day. But the one thing I did learn, I was in Australia, and I met a fellow. Me and my buddies met this guy named Jay. We called him Jay Spray, but I don't remember what his last name was. But he was actually.
I don't know.
You don't know him? Okay, he was a snowboarder. His his family owns a resort in Fiji. Really cool guy. I should have stayed connected with, but I didn't. But he taught us a game called Fantastic, and I was like, "What is Fantastic?" I was like, "You just like say things that are fantastic," and he went, no, mate, that's when you throw something into the fan on the ceiling, mate. And I was just like, what do you mean? He's like, it could be anything, like a magazine or an egg or something. So we sometimes would play Fantastic, and we just whip things into the ceiling fan, and then it would explode and make a mess. Don't teach that to your kids, because that
Sounds awesome.
That sounds incredible.
Yeah, it's a great game.
Must be only guys, I think.
Water
would
balloons.
Appreciate that. I feel
Shaving
like
water
chairs.
balloons, or like balloons filled with shaving cream.
That harkens me back to a time when you did just scroll your phone, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Hell yeah.
That's where these
Get rid of those
innovations and these
Yes.
time wasters came from, right? Amazing.
I'm a big fan of that.
You could probably download an app that has Fantastic on it, and you throw fake things up into the fake fan, and
I hate
You get
everything
credits.
about that.
And then it's
Everything
going
about
to
that.
remind you
Oh.
to check your phone every.
yeah.
You forgot to feed your fan.
Yeah.
Like, all
The
right.
fan's losing power.
Here, have
I
another
need to
egg.
download 36 fan bucks to keep it going. Yeah.
That's the world we live in now.
It is.
That's so depressing.
My daughter plays games that continue when she like logs
Oh, yeah.
off, right?
Dude.
And that just like I can't wrap my mind around that because she's like, "Oh, it's 7 o'clock. I got to check this," and I'm
It's
like,
Tamagotchi,
what do
dude.
you mean check?
Yeah, you gotta take
turn your
care of
Nintendo
your
off?
take care of your like Clash of Clans and all that stuff.
Yeah,
you gotta
it's
worry
like
about
she's-
your fortresses.
She's a slave to this timeline.
Not fair.
No,
it's not
poor
good.
kids.
Before we let you go, Coach Number One,
He
I
was
want to
going to
know.
decide.
I know. Well, we're up against the clock.
All right.
Yeah.
We're running.
I gotta
out.
go to Blades.
He's got to get out of here five early.
This
So
guy's gotta make some pancakes.
we got things to do. I have to go inside.
Family is just burning daggers through him on the other side of the phone. Like,
I have to go sit down on my chair inside. So before we get into all that, I will say this. Camping food, real quick. He's got pancakes, he's got the con carne. What's your guys' go-to camping foods?
Oh, man.
Because, give you 1 second, I'll say mine real quick. Bush pies. If you ever get in the bush pie game, the ones with the jelly are great. Like they're actually like pie-esque, but doing the pizza bush pie where you get the pepperoni and the
Never
and
done
the
that
pizza
one.
sauce and cheese. Oh my God. I think my record was 8 in one sitting around a fire. I just had one in cooking while I was eating another one and assembling a third one. I was just like a rotation. These foods are so incredible. You just get 2 pieces of bread, boom, put it in the thing, bang, off you go. Go to.
Do you think
Not-
you could do that in 1 hour, Gary?
Oh yeah, easily. As long as I'm got my PEDs, which would be THC. If I'm TH'd up, see ya later to those bush pies.
So are you making them yourself in that hour, or you got people
Oh, yeah,
working
no,
for you?
one-man
They're
army.
making, and they're just tossing
Dude.
the pies to you.
You know how like the people that can just make those things and give them away are
They're
angels
special.
of the earth. They're special people because you know how tasty that delicious thing is going to be coming out. And to, like I've seen it before.
I
Here's
want to
yours,
say you
here's
did
yours,
a
here's
terrible
yours.
job of explaining what it is. So there's the bush pie one, which
Maker.
is 2 slices of bread.
Yep.
You might have cherry filling or apple filling, or
Yep.
what's another one? That'd be about the 2 go-tos,
Sure.
right? Cherry or apple.
Peaches.
And then you'd have a slice of cheese, usually heavily processed Kraft sliced
The best.
cheese, right?
The
and then
only
you put
cheese I
that
eat.
in there, and it melts together. Then you created a pizza one with pizza
I didn't
sauce,
create it. I was told about it. It's
pepperoni,
amazing.
cheese.
It's the exact same process, just
Okay.
different fillings. That's the bush pie.
That's good.
Okay, Curtis Anderson.
He doesn't have.
No,
that's
I
what-
not
you've got
not a
something.
huge.
He goes to
actual,
Waskasiu all the time, man.
Not
This
a
guy's been out
huge
there.
actual set up a tent and make a fire guy, but when we do, and I know this is so basic, but that is the only time I eat a hot dog. I never
Really?
eat hot dogs throughout the rest of the year, but if there's an open fire and I'm cooking my damn hot dog, it's glorious, and that's like my hot dog time. However, we do stay in a lot of cabins, and there is nothing better than getting up before everyone else and starting that bacon on that giant what is that pan that you can never clean, and it's got
Cast
the
iron pan.
cast iron pan that no one
Yeah.
cleans, and it's just got
Extra
like
flavor. It's full of
it's
flavor.
got bacon from the last time you stayed there a year
And
ago
mouse
still in
crap
it, and
on it.
mouse crap,
Yeah.
and you're
Oh,
just like,
get in
man,
me.
it's silent.
Yep.
Got that bacon sizzling, it's burning half the time, but
My man,
nothing
you nailed
better.
that. Hell yeah.
Nothing better.
Good.
Hell yeah. What about Phenom? Hold on before we get to Mace. Phenom, do you agree with that? Let's get camera 3 real quick, see what Phenom says.
He's asleep. Or,
Hey, he likes it. Okay, good to know. All right.
Because he
Cool,
rolls out of bed at like 2 in the afternoon, and I'm
course.
like, hey man, there's some bacon left from 6 hours ago.
How does a phenom roll out of bed? Just like
Like Coach rolls into the water. It's the exact same thing, just like in reverse. It's crazy, actually.
See, and he doesn't have to worry about the
Except
testicles.
Phenom does
Yeah.
it like this because he's all about the thumbs up. So he just rolls
he's like
out.
Don Cherry.
No. Nah, and he comes out with his messy hair and the smile on his face like he just got away with something because he's
Do,
been
do you
sleeping
draw them on his hand?
6 hours after everyone else has been up.
Draw him being happy so he's
Yeah.
nice and awake.
That's nice.
Maze, what do you got?
I'm pretty simple. I'm a sunflower seed or pistachio guy. I do like a good beer, or I did. Now it's a non-alcoholic
Yes,
one. Will
here,
be my
He's
go-to.
leaving.
He's done with us.
Yeah, he's just like, I'm going to make these pancakes. Screw these guys. And the wind's just pelting him in the face, sand in the eyes.
Like,
The,
he's off to find
He's
the,
giving us the view. This is
he's
great.
off to find
I
the
w-
hidden idol so he doesn't get
I will
voted
say-
off tonight.
Anything on the fire. So your hot dog point, I was game with that for many years, out of the hot dog game. And then I tried a place called Goblin's Grill.
Oh, shout out to
Yeah.
Goblins. Still trying to get him locked in here.
They had a John Randall on the menu, and Johnny Randall's a local famous guy. He's a big BMX guy.
I thought you were
Had a
talking about
similar heart issue
the
that I
football
did.
player.
No.
John Randall, okay.
I know that dude.
Yeah, he's a great guy.
Yeah.
Anyway, they at Goblin's Guild they do the cross cuts, and I learned about this, and then now I'm just
remember
making
this.
hot dogs for my kids with like
They're the fanciest
marinate
hot
them,
dogs you've ever seen.
marinating these hot dogs,
wild.
cross cuts.
He goes hard.
Oh, so good. But what I did do when on a ball tournament, Jacoby and I went camping a couple of years ago, is we got some ribs, some
Baby
Mr.
backs?
Ribs. What I don't know what it was, and I bought one of those similar things to the bush pie maker, but the grill ones, and I just open flame made these ribs, and yeah, anything on open flame is just like if the apocalypse of the world happens and we lose technology and just, I mean, you can take solace in catching like a grouse or a possum, and just
Or a hobo.
it'll probably would be or whatever, it'll probably be delicious on an open flame.
We're talking about the apocalypse, okay? Continue.
AJ, you got the final word. What's your go-to camping food as you get ready to serve your camping family?
Well, because we camp so often every year, 4 days a year. The best meal we have here is we go to the pub on the last night, and I'll grab a salt and pepper calamari.
Oh yeah.
Nice. That's
That doesn't
awesome.
sound like
Yeah.
camping.
That's a good camping. That's like the camping cheat right there. I like that.
Absolutely.
Very well done,
Hey,
dude.
I mean, last word.
Oh,
This is
look
where
at
I'm going
this.
to roll in.
Oh.
This is
Holy-
where we're rolling in.
So where do you start from? Do you start from about this far away and get some momentum going, or what?
Oh yeah, you start in the sand where there's no water,
Okay.
and then roll in. And again, the pain is distributed evenly across the body. The next thing you're in 100% up to the neck.
Amazing.
I have
Oh.
to say it doesn't look cold there.
I'll send you
Oh,
$100 if you put your phone in the sand and roll in right now.
Oh. Don't do
Actually,
it.
okay.
Don't do it. That'd be
Just
too
gotta do.
good.
I'm gonna wreck the phone. Hold on. Let's see if I can find a rock.
We don't. Okay, we don't. Don't do it, AJ. Don't do it. We gotta run. We gotta get out. I
Show
don't
us the
want to
clip.
Okay.
Yeah, send us the
Yeah,
clip.
make sure you record it if you do it though. We'd love the clip for next week. All right.
All right, done.
Okay, we love you, buddy. Thank you for always giving us some time. Say hi to the family. Let them know we love everyone there. And enjoy the rest of your camping vacation. He is coach number 1. Woo! That guy's awesome.
It's my heart.
You
My
had
favorite
him,
guy.
dude. He was rolling. He was rolling. in.
He was gonna.
He was
I know
going.
he was gonna
Yeah.
do it.
If you didn't have to go to the Blades, we could have watched.
Because Australians don't punk out. They'll do it.
It's not a real Australian.
Well, he's been there long enough.
Yeah, he's got citizenship.
He's like,
doesn't
oh,
he?
you don't think, mate?
It's fun how the accents, eh? Got Aussie in there. He's got the French in there a little bit. It's just like a whole. Oh, it's so cool. We love it.
Sounds like a Newfie.
Here. What do you say, Phenom? You want to give Frankie a little kick and wake him up and play us the heck out of here? There it is. Beautiful. Wow, that went quick. That went really quick. Shout outs to everybody involved with all the stuff that we're doing, man. I was mentioning earlier, I was at Dad's place today getting him ready for setting up the show because Mom's out of town, so he's doing the Bachelor thing. And he also wanted me over there to help him set up the ribs. He started cooking ribs in the slow cooker. Very exciting. So, Dad, I hope the ribs are working out good. Make sure you check on them. We got a bunch of spices and sauce on there. Ooh, it's going to be so nice. To Adrian Balarzan, a.k.a. AJ, a.k.a. Coach number 1. Big thank you to him for always just crushing it on these Wednesdays. I appreciate that so much. As well, big thank yous to the Phenom. Phenom, give us one more little thing. How you doing? You happy with the show today? What do you? Yeah, he's happy. Look at that. Yeah, big thumbs up. Still the only place that has a hand operating, which is pretty cool. That's you two jabronis.
How old was the hand when he started doing the Huskies thing?
Probably
12?
grade 10, grade 11, yeah. I think so.
14, 15? That's impressive.
That's how we got here. That was the road to this place. It's very
Yeah.
cool.
It was that through then Derek Watson, which is one of my funniest conversations with
I
Derek
love Waddy.
Watson.
I love him so
He was
much.
telling me about this and how you were needing an operator. And then I had
Spread
kind
the
of
word.
pivoted and I was like, I'm about to go on the road with bamboo shoots for 10, possibly 12 days as we set up and tear down the all 7-game finals of the SJHL. But he hadn't moved on yet. And he was like, I thought your kid would be good at that. And I was like, what are you talking about? My kid's not coming on the road with me. He's in the middle of like finals for university. Like, what's the matter with you, Watts? You're not even listening to me. I wasn't listening to him because the next day I sat up in bed like the Undertaker and I was like, oh yeah, no, Phenom would be perfect for this.
And that's how he got
And
here.
here he is.
To Waddy, I love you so much. We were actually messaging him. I owe him a visit, so I'm going to be sending him a message here soon, and we'll get him in here again as we continue to grow the family. I love that dude, though. Waddy's my guy.
Stand-up guy.
You two jabronis, thank you so much for always making Wednesdays frickin' amazing. It's so nice to walk in here and know we got a whole show planned every time when we don't even have to have a plan. We just hang out and
There's
do what
no
we do,
plan.
which makes it so exciting, right? So remember that. We'll be back tomorrow, 4 p.m. Matt Young in the house. Karma's very
Yes.
real. Do good things. They'll start happening to you.